speculative, people are speculating on it. But most importantly, what I think about most of these cryptocurrencies, it just identifies how much money laundering there is being done in the world.
Biz to the Moon Report, live from the metaverse in the Horizon world. And yeah, he went from Bitcoin fodder to Bitcoin lover. I'm talking about the CEO of the largest asset manager in the world, which is BlackRock. Yeah, Larry Fink has his eyes set on the crypto space, and after years of shedding FUD, that fear, uncertainty, and doubt out there to the masses, now look what happened. You seen what happened in that last interview. People are confused, thinking that Bitcoin is only for the scammers. So let me ask you guys, in terms of cryptocurrency, what's holding you guys back from jumping into the crypto space? I'm gonna start with you, Steffi. Go ahead.
Scammers. A lot of scammers use a Bitcoin platform through Cash App.
Okay, Kane, what do you have to say about that?
For me, I would say scammers also.
Yeah, Bitcoin is here for you, and it's here not just for you to hedge your money, but it's here to protect you. Why don't y'all just follow the money? That's what I'm gonna do. So now Larry Fink is here on CNBC Squawk Box, telling the folks the exact same thing, that Bitcoin, it's here to protect you. Check it out.
I believe it goes up if the world is more frightened, if people have fearful of geopolitical risk, they're fearful of their own risk. It's no different than what gold represented over thousands of years. It is a asset class that protects you. Right. And unlike gold, where we manufacture new gold, we're almost at the ceiling of the amount of Bitcoin that we created.
When you hear somebody like Cathie Wood,
yes,
who was on our broadcast yesterday, say that her base case is that this turns into a $600,000 a Bitcoin valuation, base case, and a million plus in a super optimistic case. Are you anywhere in her realm?
I haven't thought about it. To me, that what we are trying to do is offer an instrument that can store wealth. I think if it gets that even close to that high, gold will represent even a bigger value. And let's be clear, if you think it's digital gold, there's going to be a reference point between gold and Bitcoin.
Yeah, you heard what he said. Bitcoin is here to protect you. Because guess what? Like I keep telling y'all, inflation is like the modern day Debo, and it's eating away at your spending power. So you need a place where you could store the value of your wealth. And over the years, if you DYOR, do your research, I keep telling y'all, Bitcoin is the best performing asset. And here we are today. It's the start of 2024. And Bitcoin is sitting around 46,000. And you heard what they just said. It could possibly go up to 600,000 to $1 million before 2030. Yeah! You got the opportunity to get that bread, but guess what? You got people like that bad actor, Gary Dirty Gensler. Don't think I be calling him dirty for no reason, because he also had to make his appearance on Squawk Box, and he was giving his sentiment about Bitcoin and the spot ETF approval. Check it out.
Joining us right now, first on CNBC, following that decision that some have described as historic, is SEC Chair Gary Gensler. Chair Gensler, we appreciate you being with us. Let me start by asking you this. Do you consider the decision historic? And it appears that it's a decision that you made either reluctantly or perhaps even begrudgingly.
Well, look, Andrew, this has been considered for a long time. As you know, starting under Chair Clayton, we had disapproved a number of these over the years, and something had changed. I'm a deep believer in the rule of law and a respect for the courts. and taking a new court decision into consideration, we move forward. I think this is the most sustainable path forward.
So it appears, though, from what you're saying and reading through the decision as well, that what changed is not necessarily something inherent to crypto or Bitcoin per se, but what changed was what the courts did. Is that the way to think about this?
Well, I mean, we do everything here at the Securities and Exchange Commission within the law and within how the courts interpret those laws. And that's what the American people expect, and that's what we do here.
What is your message to investors about Bitcoin now? Because we're going to have all sorts of public investors now potentially have access to Bitcoin in a way that they didn't before. We were just talking to Larry Fink. He said that he got a huge wave of new investors getting into Bitcoin through this ETF. You have still suggested to be cautious about it, and I'm trying to understand how you think about those cross currents in terms of the message you're telling investors.
Well, look, Bitcoin itself, we did not approve, we do not endorse. This is a product called an exchange-traded product, a way that investors can invest in that underlying non-security commodity called Bitcoin. But yes, investors, I think, should be aware that the underlying asset is a highly speculative, volatile asset, and amongst its use cases is really for illicit activity, money laundering and sanctions and ransomware and the like. And I know that you've asked other people over the last few days, is it being used as a store of value? It's a speculative, volatile store of value. Is it being used as a payment anywhere? Are we buying cups of coffee with it? Not really. The only payment mechanism it's being used for in a primary sense is illicit activity. So I think you've been spot on about that, Andrew.
Yeah! There you have it. So you got two sides. You got Larry Fink, the CEO, like I said, of the largest asset manager in the world, telling you that Bitcoin is here to protect you. And then on the back end, look what happened. You got Gary Dirty Gensler pushing out that FUD, that fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and it's playing tricks on the people's minds. You've seen that interview we just had. You can check it on the timeline, where the people just think that Bitcoin's for the scammers. But here's where I'm gonna have to implore you to take the time and make the time to do those 4 letters that I keep screaming right here, which is DYOR. Do your research. This is Biz to the Moon Report, live from the metaverse. I'm finna see you soon. Jump into the crypto space. Yeah, you gotta do your research and make your own decision. And for that bad actor, Gary Dirty Gensler, I'm gonna have to invite you to the Shut the F Up Club. You better come on in here and get you a drink and light you a spliff, cause I don't know what you got with the crypto space, but I'ma keep telling you over and over and over again. Hey Gary, stop cock blocking the crypto space. Yeah, you better jump in.